Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video, I'll be covering, first of all, spoilers for the latest episode of One Piece. Now, I don't normally talk about One Piece because it's not an anime or a manga that I'm consistently watching, but the internet went nuts last night when the latest episode 1071, released. Now, this is something that, because I'm online a lot, like I was already aware of in the periphery, but I didn't know when the episode was going to drop. I didn't realize the impact that it was going to have immediately on the internet. So, if you haven't seen episode 1071 of One Piece, get out of here because I'll be talking about it in spoilers with a big reveal. So, now for those that are in the know, yesterday or in the latest episode of One Piece, we saw finally Gear 5, which is Luffy's new transformation ability, whatever you want to call it, his technique that he uses. Now, we've seen him develop all of these other techniques as part of his power set, but Gear 5 is something that a lot of manga readers were already very excited about, and a lot of people were already waiting for to see how it would be animated. Now, for the most part, first I'll tell you the reaction from the public. I think overall it was very positive. I think from what I saw, a lot of people were very excited. Um, they were very happy with the way it was portrayed from from the manga to the anime. I think personally, not being somebody that's current with One Piece, I did go back and watch. I watched two episodes prior because I wanted to know kind of like what was happening leading up to this. Now, obviously, it's the fight with Kaido, right? They're in the city or the island of Wano, and they're trying to. Luffy is trying to save everyone by defeating Kaido. Uh, this was not going well. Uh, he got his ass beat. It was a really fun fight, actually. I think one of the things that I do appreciate about One Piece is that I think all the fights, for the most part, from what I've seen, are very exciting. I think, not just the stuff that I've seen, but just the reception online. Fights are overall very exciting, um, and this was definitely one of them. Right, seeing Kaido transform into this dragon form is really cool. Seeing Luffy use Gear 4 to try to defeat him, and how maybe he was going to succeed without the interference of this other masked individual. We also have this council, like of the elders, or whatever they are, uh, that not only do they know the real secret behind Gear 5 and the fruit, the demon fruit that Luffy consumed and that powers him, but they also are just trying to stop him from winning this fight. So they sent somebody in, somebody interfered, and then this was when Kaido kind of took advantage. And the last episode right before this, it looked like Luffy was dead. Everything was kind of lost. Now, if you're a manga reader, you obviously knew that that wasn't the case. But I think what a lot of people were not expecting, not only did you see Gear 5, which we'll talk about in a second, but we also get a big reveal on what the fruit that Luffy ate really is. You know, I think for the most part, um, a lot of the people believe this fruit to be one thing, and just make Luffy's body like rubber. But there's so much more to it that was revealed in this episode. Um, this fruit really goes back all the way to having the powers of the sun god Nika. That's what I saw online after seeing a few TikToks and then just listening to the episode. It was revealed that there's a lot more to this fruit, and there's a reason why this council of elders didn't want Luffy to succeed. So that's where all this power comes from, and that's why the transformation into Gear 5 looks so different. So let's talk about Gear 5. First of all, the design looks great. I don't know if at any point in the manga we've seen the design fully color, which is still kind of weird because it does make Luffy's whole outfit white. His hair is also white, but it the animation that was so carefully done to demonstrate not only the intensity and the power of Gear 5, but also just the care that it went to. Like, there's all these little frames, and there's a lot of people that have put great videos together on YouTube and TikTok where they go into detail and they just kind of like bring up every little frame that, those are things that you blink and you miss it in in the anime. Like, you really have to go frame by frame to catch some of those things. They look really cool. Like, I think it's just a feat in animation. um, it's definitely very goofy, a lot of very cartoony style, and which I think that was already a nickname for this form anyways, like Toon Force, because it really allows Luffy to manipulate almost reality into like a cartoon would. Like, his reactions are very cartoonish. His power sets, like the way he fights, is very cartoonish. Even the music that they do while he's fighting. But another thing that really impressed me was the soundtrack that went into leading up to Luffy's transformation. Right, this drums of revolution. Uh, it was very very cool. Like, I really felt like, even though I didn't have a lot of what do you call it, uh, a stake in the matter, because I don't really watch One Piece, and I'm not living in this stuff week to week like a lot of you guys maybe. It was really interesting to see and just hear the excitement. You know, similar to like, and hopefully nobody gets upset at this stuff, but like when Goku went Ultra Instinct, or the first time we saw Naruto turn into like the full Jinchuriki powers, or even going back all the way to Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time. Just, there's all these little milestones in other anime, and so, and and hopefully we'll get something like this pretty soon for Bleach, right? Where we see, what Ichigo eventually turns out to be after all this stuff that's going on. I don't want to get too spoilery in there. You guys know I love Bleach, big Bleach fan. So I think it's going to be really interesting going forward. And also, I feel like the anime does such a good job at just introducing you into this world very quickly. Like, there's a little quick recap of like, here's what's going on. Jump on in. That's why I watched 2 episodes prior, so I could really get the feel and the intensity and the tension that's been building up a little bit. And just from me consuming media like this all the time, it's very easy for me to kind of get into the mood and the mindset of like, oh, this is what people have been waiting for. You can kind of tell. So, very exciting stuff. You'll definitely be seeing it. It was all over my feeds yesterday at night on social media, which is kind of what led me to do this video, because at least I wanted to talk about it. Somebody, from an outsider's perspective, I think this is a very exciting time for One Piece fans. I will say one thing that immediately jumps out, and this is just a very few smaller number of people. I feel like there are some people that consume anime and media, and they feel like in order for their anime to be the best one, they have to be very confrontational and shitty, like just talk shit about all the other fandoms. And a lot of this isn't just One Piece fandom. Like, a lot of anime fandoms have people that are like this, which really sucks. Like, why would I limit myself to just picking one thing when I think all things can be very cool, right? So yeah, I highly enjoyed it. I love the cartoonish way that the fight. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch the next episode as well, just because the fight has been so entertaining. Like, Kaido just got, like, the way he brought him out. Luffy brought him out from that, through the roof, and the fighting style. Every time Luffy connected, like, it was all very goofy and Looney Tunes like. So it's really entertaining to watch, at least to say the least. I don't know that it'll hook me for sure, because as I watch the other 2 episodes, I remembered some of the things that the reason I'm not really into One Piece is because a lot of things can be very goofy. Some of the other characters can be a little weird, and it's just not something that, like, I like watching the highlights. I don't mind watching the highlights, but I don't think I would put in an investment to go back and watch 1,000 plus episodes. But that's not saying that it's not a good anime, because I just proved to myself that over these past 3 episodes that there's so much quality behind this anime. I just think the story, it's not always for me. So, but let me know what you thought about Gear 5. Obviously, no spoilers if you read the manga of what's to come ahead, because I think a lot of people only watch the anime and they're very excited to get there. But as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone.